This is the video tutorial for the Happy Days Cutlery Roll Up Pouch. It unrolls and it holds your knife, fork and spoon ready when you need it. And this is how we make it. You will need two contrasting fabrics. I've added interfacing to one of mine. This is optional. And you'll also need a cam snap. And this is how we make it. Place your two fabrics right sides together, so pretty side to pretty side. Line up all the sides and edges and add some clips. I've added my clips all the way around, and as you can see at the bottom, I've put my gap sign. Starting at my gap sign using a 1/4 inch seam allowance, I'm going to sew all the way around. Take your time to the point, back down, and then back to the edge of my gap sign. This gap will be for turning. I've sewn all the way around, remembering to leave a gap. I've snipped each of the 3 corners, and now using that gap at the bottom, I'm going to turn it the right way out. I've turned it the right way out through the gap, and I've pushed the corners nice and neatly, and I've also turned in the gap. I've turned it over, so we're now looking at the lining, and I've measured from this point 9 centimetres and drawn a line. I've used a heat erasable pen, and I've done the same from this corner 9 centimetres and drawn a line. Using this line, fold over, make sure that your bottom edge is all lined up, and add a couple of clips. And do exactly the same as I've already done on this side. I'm now going to take it over to the sewing machine, and using a scant 1/4 inch, I'm going to sew all along. And this will now close up the gap we left all the way along. It will be a bit bumpy, so take your time with this. If you're unsure what a scant 1/4 inch is, it's just slightly less than a 1/4 inch. I've sewn all along using a scant 1/4 inch, and this has sealed up the gap. And we're now going to add our cam snap. I've added the first part of my cam snap, and I've added my knife, fork and spoon, and now I'm going to show you how to decide where to put the second part of your cam snap. Don't fold at this point, fold below as I'm doing, and this will ensure that everything will stay in place. Now fold over again and bring this up. Then fold it over again and bring it up, and this is where we're going to add our other half of the cam snap. I've made a mark, and as you can see, it's in the centre. It happens to be in the centre of my flower, and this is where I'm going to put the second half of my cam snap. I've added my other half of the cam snap, and that's my knife, fork and spoon all ready for when I need it.